Check out this video, a high school wrestler getting his dreadlocks cut in order to participate in a match.
This line in the new policy, banning dreadlocks, twists, afros longer than 2 inches, and cornrows, which is even misspelled.
And I noticed that as you kept reading, it just added more and more hairstyles that were natural and mostly worn by Black people.
BHAW, we told you about the Crown Act. It's legislation aimed at preventing race-based hair discrimination.
Actually heard of the Crown Act of 2021?
Yes, I have.
Crown Act?
I haven't. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Doing what they had to do to protect their natural hair, but it became more than that for people of African descent.
Were you ever faced with any struggles when it came to your hair at work? Was there anything that you may have ran across?
Some frustrations is people asking me like they want to touch my hair, and I don't really like people touching my hair. Frustrations where people are like, oh, you know, when I would straighten out my hair, they would be like, you should always wear your hair like that. And I'm like, it takes a lot of work. It's damaging to my curls. You're like, well, you should. It looks better. And I'm like, what are you trying to say, that my straight hair looks better than my curly hair when it's natural, it belongs to me? But they try to make me feel less beautiful for wanting my straight hair versus wanting my curly hair versus my straight hair.
Not necessarily. This whole thing with having my hair like this now, this is the first time I've ever done it. So I've never participated in having my hair long. I think back in high school, I had an afro and I had maybe one braid in my hair, but I've never had it like this. So this is actually a new look for me overall.
You know what? It was always, I never, if I have, as far as negative connotations go, never quite got that far. I did get the comment like, can I touch your hair? What does that feel like? How long have you been growing it? What do you mean the haircut? But I think more of my conditioning was more or less from, I guess, from my home place, like my home internally, right? Like my grandfather would take me to get my haircut all the time when I was younger. Keep it clean, you know what I mean? Because he was bald though, so I think maybe he was hating. But he was from the country, and he was from Texas, and want to make sure I was neat, because that's obviously passed down from colonialism and all that.
Late 1800s, more people of color entered the working world. With that, they felt pressure to conform to the mainstream hairstyles worn by white women.
Put some grease, you protect, you hold your ear down when you're getting your hair pressed, but to get that finished look is what it was considered. Polished look, something that seemed respectable.
I guess as overall as an African American, we are, regarded to have ourselves shown in a higher capacity. Clean hair, low cut, no facial hair, and having too much hair is just being an erratic Black person. So.
One Black member of the decision board, Sharice Balden-Trainum, mom of a 15-year-old daughter at Butler, says the policy was simply about neat grooming, not offending a culture.
I know it sounds crazy, standing here with an African-American woman with braids. I was not offended. It doesn't mean that I don't understand the offense.
For me, when I was young, I didn't know how to have my hair curly. So that just always made me feel self-conscious that I would just pull my hair back in a tight bun or constantly burn my hair every single week so I didn't have to wear my hair curly. And it was a lot of work and it was a lot of frustration. So I just wanted to keep
creating an opportunity for Black women like Madam C.J. Walker, who capitalized off the hot comb.
Throughout the 20th century, thousands of manufacturers, local and some that even had national distribution. Companies like Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, these major conglomerates saw the value and how much money was being made in Black hair industries and started buying pieces up.
Because you're Black doesn't mean you're not feeding into the system. I work at places often where there's still issues of race. I've worked at universities where there have been issues of race.
If a player's hair is too long, they can choose to wear a cap, as long as it's a legal hair cover that is attached to the ear guards. The wrestler opting to wear a legal hair cover must wear it to the weigh-in procedure. Why a cap wasn't an option in this case is unknown. In a statement, the school superintendent says the referee will no longer be permitted to officiate any contests that include athletes from the school. The incident raising questions over whether this humiliating act was motivated by race. According to a report by the Courier Post, Maloney acknowledged using a racial slur towards another official back in 2016. Maloney was then suspended and sent to sensitivity training.
I worked with an elderly woman that would look down on people that would come into interviews with jeans on because of like her time range and her timeline. But it's like, we work at Macy's though. Like, we sell clothing here. Like, we have to hire young people. This is how they dress. And that sticks out to me because one person I hired, I remember this manager not liking this woman's jeans, and she was one of the best people I ever hired. She come to work early, leave late. She worked in the returns or in the holidays. She was one of these really good people. And I think that just goes the same in that. I think that reflects the same way as we do with hair. Like, you don't have to wear a suit to work. Like, your hair doesn't have to be super short at work because we're all people at this point. And if you're getting hustled by the way someone's hair looks, and I mean, you got to look more internally for how you're judging people's character.
Natural hair movement is more than hair. It is a lifestyle. It is learning to be comfortable in the skin that you're in.
And I actually feel more now as an adult, like I feel more beautiful with my curly hair. Like, I want my hair to be as natural as possible now. I want it to get longer, and I want it to get it like bigger, and I want like a big poof, you know? So now I'm loving my hair the way it is. It makes me feel beautiful when my curls are like the perfect way. But yeah, I mean, certain styles now as an adult, I just feel more beautiful with my curly hair.
Kind of short because of the maintenance issue, and because as my hair has been longer, it's been like harder to take care of. But like I've had my hair braided and felt really dope, and I've had like a mohawk before and felt really cool. And this style that I have now, these locks, this is like, I guess, the latest hairstyle I've had in my lifetime. And this is honestly like the most confident I feel because my hair is long and it's braided and I have a fade, right?
So I think having long hair like this definitely, just open the doors up and just makes you feel more comfortable with having your hair however you want it.
Of saying, how do I care for myself in this system that does not care about me?
But if you're somebody that has a situation like, I don't know if I should do my hair like that because at work this might happen or at work that might happen, I say give it a try. Give it a try, because all of us are blessed and should be grateful to even have something to do like with this ability to express yourself. And if you're not going out of your way or even giving yourself the chance to express yourself with what you have on your head, then you're missing out on a creative opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us will buy a certain shirt or buy certain jeans or spell our name a certain way or listen to particular music or do something special to our car. But if you want to do something to your hair and you're not, like, you're missing out. So to anybody else that's listening, I'll say, don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. People want to see, and you got a gift. If you have a gift of some creative ideas, you should express them however you can, especially when it comes to how you do your locks. And I mean, when I say locks, I mean universally everyone's locks, whether that's my locks, Marty locks, Goldie locks, the locks, everybody locks. So yeah, but that's what I would say.
All power to the people.